Numbers negative do not indicate failure. Learning infinite.
I had a first grade boys, students, they were singing at the table and they asked me, is it possible to take a smaller number from a bigger number? And one boy goes, no, it's not possible. And I said, well, why isn't it possible? He goes, because my teacher told me so. And then another boy goes, I think it works out. And so we got out different colored blocks, and I said, well, why do you think it works out? And he took one colored block from another color block. He goes, I take this one, and then they disappear. I take this one, and this disappears. Then he got down to where it would be negative numbers. He goes 1 below 0, 2 below 0, 3 below 0. The problem was 5 minus 8. So he was able to accurately give me the answer. And then we talked about, we call that negative numbers, and then we had a longer discussion because one boy goes, well, I never heard of that. And somebody goes, oh, I think temperatures can be negative. And so then we started a whole big discussion on negative numbers.
Younger kids, the world ends at 100. There are no numbers after 100. They count to 100 and they quit every day. And I see that even in like my first graders, my second graders. When you get to 100, the next number they think is 200 or 300 or 1,000. So I challenged my kindergarten teacher to just go past 100, So she was doing a great activity with the kids. They count all the time to 100, they quit. So she did this activity, but ahead of time she said to them, I want you really to listen to what's going to happen when I get to 100. So she went through her activity like she'd done it many, many times. And her voice is always perfect because when the kids are strong, she just backs right out. Of course, at 100, she went in there a little bit stronger, but the kids kept right on going, just beautifully. And then she took them over to the carpet where she talks about things, and she asked them what they noticed. And of course, several of the kids raised their hand and said, the numbers just keep going. But one little boy said, it's not like the alphabet. The alphabet has 26 letters and it quits. But the numbers, they go on forever and ever, which was a huge piece of just understanding basic numbers. So I was thrilled with that.
The school that I work at, the teachers generally in the past have never really asked at all about how a child got an answer. So just the fact that I was introducing that kind of question, how did you get that answer, gave them a lot of insight into how they were thinking in general. Also, working in groups, which is something also that they don't really do a lot of, but when they were working in groups, there was a particular group I was thinking of that had manipulatives out, and they were solving the problem with the manipulatives. And when I went to go and talk to them about it, one of the girls explained to me how she was counting. I said, wow, you counted so fast. How did you do that? And she explained that she was counting by tens or something like that. And I related that to the teacher, and the teacher would have never known that this child, who was considered on the lower end of the class, could have counted by tens in that way or was so quick to do it. And so she was able to get a better idea through the manipulatives and just the talking of what they were thinking.
Numbers negative do not indicate failure. Learning infinite.
I came into the program thinking that I knew math, and I realized that there was so much about math I did not know and understand. And yes, I was very good at learning procedures when I was in school, and I was very quick at it, and I could do it, and I even understood it most of the time, but probably not deep enough or well enough to really be able to explain it to anybody, because I never had to explain it to anybody. All I had to do was get an answer. So in that, personally, that has made a difference. It has made such a huge difference in how I look at teaching in general, not just math, but just in trying to figure out what kids are thinking and not just accept an answer as it is, as just an answer. The coaching aspect of working with teachers has been a growth experience for me, just to interact with people and try and help them to grow in a way that's not threatening to them and not, telling them what to do, has been beneficial. And it kind of filters out to everything else in life too, whether it's friends or family. That those skills of the coaching. I think the program is great, and I wish everybody had it. And I come from a school where I don't have anybody else to talk about this with. So these once a month, getting together with everybody else who's in my situation, who has stories to share, I could not have done it on my own. I could not have done it in a way that didn't have these monthly meetings together, and then having the extra support with the facilitators. So the whole program, the way it's set up, is very thoughtful, and I think it works.
Numbers negative do not indicate failure. Learning infinite.